vote for a Democrat again. Okay.
Yeah, there he is. The great number 56, my good friend Lawrence Taylor, the greatest defensive player, maybe the greatest player in the history of the National Football League, at that big rally in Wildwood Saturday. LT, I ain't never going to vote Democrat again. Nobody in my family. Joe Benigo is a legend, WFAN. I think he still does shows on the weekend there. But, of course, he's on with me. Occasionally does a great job, my former partner. Joe, good morning, pal. How are you?
Hey, bro, Saturday's 10-1. How great was that, LT? Oh, my God.
So let me ask you this:
when you
people,
yeah, 100,000
I know. So when you were on Saturday, when you were on the fan Saturday from 10-1, did Chris Olivero let you talk about what was happening that night in Wildwood, New Jersey?
Well, look, I mean, at that point, I did not know that we were going to have this kind of a crowd. I mean, who knew? I mean, until I actually put it on, whenever he came on about 6:30, whatever the time was. I had to cut out at some point to watch the Rangers, but then I'm going back and forth with the commercials. But whatever, who knew it was going to be 100,000 people, bro, in Jersey, in a blue state? Come on. LT gets up there. Otis Anderson's up there. He had Van Drew was up there. The guy who went from being a Democrat to a Republican. I mean, it was unbelievable. And how about the fact? And look, not that I watch it. But how about the fact that none of these fake news Sunday shows said a freaking word about it? How about that? 100,000 people for Don. Joe Biden couldn't get 100 people in San Francisco, okay? Please, give me unbelievable.
As I said earlier, the only three things I think that can get 100,000 people in Jersey would be a Jet or a Giant playoff game, Bruce Springsteen or Donald Trump. That's it.
That's it. That's right. And Bruce, look, let's be honest. Bruce has majorly dropped the ball. You know, he's so in love with Barack and all the.
It doesn't matter. He'll put 80,000 in Giant Stadium tonight.
No, I'm not saying you're right. I mean, he will. I mean, he'll sell out MetLife and all. I get it, but I've lost a lot of respect for Bruce. I'll tell you that.
So, are you one of those guys now that if you badmouth Trump, because I'm there almost, or you're a Democrat that you don't really want to talk to these people?
You mean people that are anti-Don?
Yes.
There's a lot of people I know that are anti-Don, and, I still like them. You know what I mean? I mean, I know a few people like that. I still like them, but I just don't avoid politics. I avoid politics. And look, The proof is in the pudding here, okay? I don't care how much you hate Trump. Here's the bottom line to me, Sid. If you love America, okay, if you love the United States of America, whether you hate Don, whatever you think about him, how could you not vote for him?
I agree.
You tell me.
Listen, I'm on record saying Donald said it about a month and a half ago with Sebastian Gorka. I've been saying it for years, and that is every American, yes, but specifically Jewish people. If you're a Jew and you vote, you're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. I mean, come on.
Who's a bigger disgrace than Chuck Schumer?
Nobody.
Than the Penguin himself, Jerry Nadler. This guy Dan Goldman. We could go on and on with these guys. Shifty Schiff, he's Jewish as well. Unfreaking believable.
Bernie Sanders is Jewish too. Went to Madison High School.
Bernie Sanders, please. I don't know what Bernie Sanders should be living in Moscow. That's where he belongs.
I agree. I got about 4 minutes. I do want to do some sports. Not a fault of their own. They're just too beat up. I mean, I was arguing with my son Gabe last night about how it's worse that Obi is out than Randall because we won a bunch of games, ended up the 2 seed without Randall. We won a bunch of playoff games, but I explained to Gabe, I go, in the playoffs, you need to have somebody who could defend in the half court. Obi can score. He can hit the 3. He's also he can cover Joel Embiid, and he can cover Miles Turner. The missing Obi, to me, was a killer the last game for the Knicks.
And here's the thing. Don't expect to see this guy again. I mean, let's be honest about it. And as good as he is, look, he's hurt all the time, Sid. He's always hurt. You can't count on this guy.
True.
It's a joke. How many games did he miss during the regular? Look, when he plays, they win. But how many games during the regular season did this guy miss? And when I saw him go down Tuesday night with that hamstring, or game 2, whatever night it was, I guess it was Wednesday, when he went down with that hamstring Wednesday night at the Garden, I said, he's done. You ain't seeing this guy. You're certainly not seeing him in the rest of this series against Indiana, I can tell you that.
So do you think then that the trade that sent RJ and quickly to Toronto was not a good trade?
Well, look at it. It's a great trade if the guy's playing. I mean, even Precious Achua is giving him a lot. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know if you could give this guy a big contract because you can't. He's always hurt, bro. He's never healthy.
Never. Totally agree. Now
and the injuries, Bogdanovich, Mitchell Robinson, now Anunoby, they're catching up to this team. Look, I still think they're going to find a way.
Ooh.
And Brunson, of course, isn't right either.
Yeah.
But I still think they're going to find a way to pull this series out. Now, look. They have to win tomorrow night. If they don't win tomorrow night, they're not winning. They're not winning in Indiana.
No.
They're going to have to win tomorrow night, and they're going to have to win this series in 7 games. And, the crowd and Brunson and Hart and DiVincenzo and Hartenstein, even he's a little banged up. Hartenstein hurt his shoulder yesterday. They got to get it done. There's no other way to say it.
I agree with you. And I almost feel the same way about the Rangers because I don't want to go back to Raleigh, North Carolina for a Game 6. So I'd like to see the Rangers wrap it up tonight and get ready to take on Vinny Viola's Florida Panthers.
Yeah, look, I think they will. I mean, the Rangers are a different animal than the Knicks are. The Rangers are a championship caliber team. And look, they're doing look, right now they're exactly on track to where the 94 team was. Swept the first round, won the next 3 games in the next round, and wound up winning it in 5 games. I think the Rangers will win tonight. I think the Rangers will come out flying tonight. I think Shesterkin will have a big game. I think Panarin, who had a terrible game in Game 4, he had a couple of giveaways that led to goals. I think he's going to be big tonight. I think he can get it from all the big players tonight. Panarin, Trocheck, Kreider, Zibanejad, everybody, all the big play. Lafreniere, who was their best player on the ice in Game 4. Look, even in Game 4, bro. I mean, come on. How many chances did they have? They hit a couple posts in the game.
Lappy a bunch. Lappy could have scored 4 goals. There are some of my friends who are crazy Ranger fans, like Pete Morgan, the great defense attorney, Joseph Tacopino, will all be there tonight. And they're mad at Laviolette. They go, listen, no disrespect to Hedl or the guy who played last game, but you're 19-2 with Rempe. Why
Rempe's
take him out?
play tonight. Johnny Brzezinski played the other night. I couldn't agree with you more. Rempe has to play tonight. All right? Hedl's out. Look, let's be honest. He re-aggravated his concussion. There's no doubt that's what happened. I doubt you're going to see him play again. Like Brzezinski gives you something, but they got to play Rempe tonight, 100%. The only negative about Rempe, let's be honest, bro. The officials are looking to give him a penalty.
Yes.
How about this official the other night that was basically lecturing Rempe? What the hell is that, Sid?
I know. They can't wait to give this guy a penalty. Last 30 seconds, the Mets salvaged the last game of that series against the Braves at 1 game under, about 40 games in. They are. They're just okay at best. The Yankees, 5 more home runs yesterday. If they could beat the Orioles, they could be really special. Final minute, your thoughts on the early baseball season?
Well, look, the Yankees are making the playoffs, and that's all that matters. And then they're going to have to, whether they win the division or not, they're making the playoffs, and then they got to win. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's what it comes down to as far as the Yankees are concerned. The Mets, they're much better than I thought they would be. They're 19-20, especially after the 0-5 start. The pitching has been, let's be honest, I mean, their pitching's been good. Even the bullpen's been good.
Yeah.
They just don't hit enough. They're getting nothing from McNeil. Alonso and Lindor have been very up and down. Alonso had a good game yesterday, a couple doubles, drove in a couple runs. Nimmo obviously has got to hit more than he has. He hit the big home run yesterday to win the game. We didn't even think he was going to be playing yesterday. They missed Alvarez behind the plate. There's no doubt about that a little bit here. But they got to hit. Marte's got to hit. They got to get something from Bader a little bit more. But I think the Mets at 19-20 right now, Sid, are in much better shape than I thought they would be at this point in the season.
I totally agree. Joe Benigo is always not a good appearance, a spectacular appearance. I love you. You're great. There he is, folks, a WFAN legend. Joe Benigo joins me every now and then. He's still on Saturdays on The Fan, but he stops by here because he can talk about Donald Trump. Joe Benigo, I love you. Thank you so much.